It's time to get down and dirty.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
This video and my channel are sponsored by Untap.gg. Looking to analyze the metagame and see stats for your decks? Untap.gg is a plugin you use with Magic the Gathering Arena that helps you play Magic at its best. If you'd like to try it, you can download it in the description of the video. Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars! I'm Amy the Amazonian and I'm here with my cat Scraps because we're playing Lord Windgrace, or I should say Soul of Windgrace, which is the cat avatar in Jund. This deck is oftentimes played as a land destruction deck, and my deck does have a little bit of that in it, but more importantly, we're playing control. That's right, ground control is actually the name of this deck for two reasons. It's because it's a Jund, thank you Scraps, Jund control deck, but also because the first opponent I had when I built this deck, and I kid you not, had the nickname Major Tom on Arena. That's just the craziest happenstance, but like the fact that it happened is very, very fun. So Soul of Windgrace is a Jund cat avatar. It's a 5/4, and when it enters the battlefield or attacks, it lets me get a land out of the graveyard onto the battlefield. This means that you're going to be ramping almost every single turn. Soul of Windgrace really rewards you for playing cards that sacrifice to get more lands, like Fabled Passage, Cabaret Courtyard, Terramorphic Expanse, Field of Ruin. There's a lot of these things that you can sacrifice to get lands, so you have more lands in the graveyard. We have some other self-mill pieces, though, like Old Rutstein, or cards that just help fill up the graveyard. Thank you, like Fable of the Mirror Breaker. So I'm thanking my cat, because she just gave me a little kiss. Oh, and now her butt's on the microphone. Well, if I sound a little weird during this intro, you know why. But what we really get out of these colors is Golgari removal. Golgari removal is incredible. Whether it's killing creatures and ramping, or it's just repeatedly removing non-land permanents, or maybe we're removing land permanents too. We have so much good removal in these colors, and we can do so much with it because all we need to do is protect our Planeswalker as it attacks and ramps us up so we can get to these huge game-winning cards up here in like the 6, 7, and 8 drop slot. You can really choose what cards you want to put into your deck that fit those needs. Thank you, Scraps. You're very sweet. I chose these ones because they're cool, and I think Portal to Phyrexia especially rewards us for killing our opponent's stuff and doing a little bit of self-mill, getting cards into the graveyard. So we're going to take this deck into the queue, and I'm going to recycle a land or two. Koth, Fire Resistance. Mono Red Mountains is what our opponent has on the menu. I'm going to keep this hand. I've got 3 mana, and it's in all the colors I have. So that's really all I could hope for. Koth, Fire Resistance is very, very spicy because it's oftentimes played as a mono red control deck. All you need to do is protect Koth, and he does refund half his mana by getting you more lands, which makes it a lot easier to get to the point where Koth can overtake the game. If you can ult Koth, get into 7 loyalty and do that -7, you can very easily kill your opponent. Ooh. And I don't have anything too quick to get onto the battlefield. I can't stop Koth from landing this next turn, but I can take a look at their hand and set up removing their graveyard. They put a lot of stuff in their graveyard. They put an Ox of Agonis, a Cityscape Leveler, and they cast Faithless Looting to do all of that. And there's one permanent type that Red does not deal with well. And it's enchantments. They don't know how to deal with enchantments. Ooh, a Goblin Shaman. The Lightning Strike, Celestus, and Reckless Impulse. I'm going to get rid of the Celestus. You can have that Lightning Strike, if it's what you crave. Lightning Strike does not kill Soul of Windgrace. And I know, Windgrace is in this odd spot of will probably die to Koth's minus, but only if they get another mountain into play first. Let's see those mountains. Is it a mountain? I don't think it is. If they attack it, I'm not blocking. Hi, Koth. They could plus get a mountain. But then they can't minus this turn. Haha! right. Soul of Windgrace is safe for today. We exile their graveyard. Goodbye, cards. And I'm going to make sure I play these in the right order here. Nissa. Play this for green. Use this ability. Put the Haunting Bridge into the graveyard. Animate a land. This one. Both of you, attack. Caw! Get another land into play. Get more loyalty onto Nissa. And yes, you can keep Koth alive, but only if you say goodbye to your goblin. Koth can kill creatures all day, but not so good at dealing with planeswalkers. And even if they did manage to kill Windgrace, I can keep it in the graveyard, bring it back with Nissa. Probably wouldn't, but could. I also have a second reanimation spell with Blood on the Snow in hand. It kills and brings things back. Really versatile, really strong. They can get a treasure here. They have a lot of mana, and the Kiki Jiki can copy things next turn. Or this turn if they give it haste. 5 mana, 6 if they attack. Electrostatic Field. It zaps me whenever they cast an instant or sorcery. Rude goblin. Making things indestructible? Boring. Drawing cards? Spicy. Ooh, Vinesoul Spider. That actually puts more lands into my graveyard. Which is kind of my whole deal. I love it. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and animate this. And we're going to attack! Bringing back another land from the graveyard. Would you like to use that Lightning Strike? There's a beautiful opportunity here to do some land destruction. They said no. They're not interested in my deals. Fine, Crucius. I could kill both of those with a Blood on the Snow, but Crucius is more fun. Crucius lets me discard and then seek either something that costs more or less than the card I'm putting into the graveyard. Alright, well, they know how good Crucius is, so they're killing him. That's legit. He deserves that. Is it time for Windgrace to say goodbye? Is it time for him to say meow, wow, and ow? Lord Windy Cat is gone, but he will return. I'm not leaving him in the graveyard because I know that they can deal a bunch of damage with these goblins to Nissa, and I want to make sure I can actually reanimate things. I have 3 snow, and I think it's time to go. We're going to destroy all creatures. Goodbye, little creatures. And welcome back, Crucius. My good buddy, my pal. And Koth, we're going to say goodbye. Because I know what I'm doing. And it's hitting you with a land. Oh, I think they're digging for a little bit of removal. Perhaps some burn. Out of here, Koth. Still have 1 green, so I guess I'll play Elvish Mystic. Sure, why not? It's a good card. And I will discard Meathook Massacre, since I've already cleared out the board. And I'm going to choose a card that costs more, since I've ramped. Ooh, Scoot Swarm. Nice. I don't have any lands in my graveyard, and they don't have any in theirs. By the way, there's always like this, you're playing against a Soul of Windgrace. You have Fable the Mirrorbreaker. Do you put lands in your graveyard? They chose not to. But I bet a lot of the time it comes down to, do I want to deny my opponent my resources, or do I want to go for the best possible hand? Nissa. since completed. Still pretty cool. We've got 2 critters out. We're waiting for them to make up their mind. Koth is very expensive. We've taken down Koth twice, so he now costs 8 mana. But they have 8 mana. They actually have 10 mana. 10 mana in a mono Ren deck is a lot of damage. Ooh, Cavalier Flame. They only have 1 card in hand, but they could discard it. They could give this haste. Giddy up. Great news. I played an Elvish Mystic, and this doesn't have trample. Looking very good. How about we scoot? And untap a land.
The swamps come to my aid.
I think I kind of want to hold back the Soul of Windgrace. I think I'll just fill up my graveyard with some lands. Get myself some scoots. Get some damage. I don't have anything to discard because I'd rather have gotten that landfall for the Scoot Swarm. We put a Stomping Ground in the grave, which is perfect for Soul of Windgrace. Vine Soul Spider I also play in my Gitrog Monster deck, and it does really, really well there. Hello, Cavalier. Ugin, who cannot be effed, but can destroy a permanent that has colors. Like this one, or this one. This one, this one, this one? What do you want? Oh, you're making a spirit! Nice spirit. You're a very spirited planeswalker. Leyline Tyrant lets them bank red mana. It's also a dragon. When it dies, lets them burn. Cavalier of Flame. Would you care to attack? I have blockers. Cool. I'm actually going to block with the original Scoot Swarm here. And then I'm going to bring it back. But it's bigger now! Yay! Soul of Windgrace. We grab a land. It enters tapped, so we don't want to pay 2 life. Though, I guess we could. If we really wanted to. They do have a blocker. So I'm not attacking in. And I'm going to discard the Paradise Druid to find something better. Like, oh, my beloved, the Gitrog Monster. I love you, Gitrog Monster. I have a Paper Lord Windgrace deck that has an alternate commander of the Gitrog Monster. You pretty much just take the red cards out, swap in the frog, and have a good time. You have to make very few changes. I'm pogging and frogging. Oh no, my spider's on fire! Well, that's too bad, because it means the Nis is going to die, too. It's fine, she deserves it. She's caused a lot of trouble this game. Leyline Tyrant, swinging in, deals 4. And they'll probably put a stop at the end of my turn, just so they can keep all this mana here. Ugin, would you like to destroy my commander? Maybe Crucius? Hi, Scraps. Do you want to come up on the desk again? Please, it's really cute. The Gitrog Monster. Me, attacking your face. Land, falling. You block. You have no lands in graveyard. I know, because I would have taken them. Kind of want to see a double block between these 2 spirits. But wait! There's more. They could have also, like, blocked with one and just pumped it up a bunch with the Cavalier. Oh, wait. They're deciding against it? I still want to draw cards. I'll wait until after combat. My good kitty. You're my good kitty. Scraps, look, we're playing Magic. See if they buff it up with the Cavalier. Nope. They get a card in hand. I want to get cards in hand too. See? You're my good kitty. Do I feel like I need more scoots? Okay. You get scoots. Do I want more scoots? Or do I want Crucius? I want Crucius. Into the north, we're going to drop that. We're going to get ourselves that comes more than 2. Oh! Murder! I love murder. It's the best kind. Sort that comes off the top of my deck. And lets me destroy Ugin before he activates his abilities this turn. Perfect. Hi, Scrap. No, you're not leaving? You're just showing me your tummy? This is a very professional part of the video. Ready? We're gonna go ahead and grab the camera. And I'm gonna see if I can show you guys my cat. Oh, did they leave? But I wanted to show you guys my cat. She's right there on the floor. Quality content. It's everybody's least favorite angel, Atraxa. Atraxa Grand Unifier still not moved to Hellhue as of me recording this video. Atraxa is big. She's a 7/7. She's got Flying, Death Touch, Vigilance, and Lifelink, and she refills your hand when you cast her. Oh, well, I've got a turn 1 Llanowar Elves and a turn 2 Into the North, so guess what? I'm gonna ramp. I'm gonna kill a thing. It's gonna be great. Super great. Step 1, an elf. Very much worth the 2 life I paid. Ooh, step 2, Into the North. We got loads of mana here. This one. And we'll play our tap land too. Nice little snow land there. Charming Prince. This might be Atraxa Blink, because that's a Blink card. Makes sense to me. Lots of nice slow loops you can pull off with a Charming Prince. Well, let's get a card into our graveyard. Get our lands landing. Now we'll grab some more black mana. I'm gonna play Soul of Windgrace. And we're gonna bring the Fabled Passage back. If I want to, I guess I could discard a land to gain life here. And I have 3 of them in hand. I think I'm going to wait until I can use the red ability, though. Let's see if they have some removal here. Nope. Okay, we're good. I want to get some more lands into the graveyard, so I'm going to start with this. And we're going to drop the Blood Crypt because it is a shock land. I know I could hit the Fabled Passage, but I try to make sure I have some basics so I can do, you know, basic land stuff. Deathcap Glade. Liliana of the Veil. Have a counterspell, maybe? Dovin's Veto! Okay. Go ahead and swing in with Soul of Windgrace. Grab that Blood Crypt back. And rather than wait on this Fabled Passage, I'm just going to crack it open now. Since they're tapped out, so I can hold open Infernal Grasp. If they try to do any funny business, I'll be ready for them. The reason I would wait, by the way, is so I could hold open red mana here, in case I wanted to use this discard a land ability. Okay, Settle the Wilds gets them a 4-drop in hand. May I kill your prince, sir? Or are you going to ephemerate it? Nope, he's dead. Looking good. Oh, hello, Liliana. That's one of my favorites. I think I'll play her now. Make a zombie. Swing in with the Soul of Windgrace. Grab our Fabled Passage. And we're holding open the Indestructible ability here. Attracted decks oftentimes do have board wipes because there's no reason for them not to. There's a cat on the floor. I keep looking at her because she's so dang cute. Droid Crisis. Draws you a bunch of cards. Maybe gets you another land. So you can play Atraxa next turn. And I discard a land. To draw a card. What did I get? Oh, a Mortality Spell. Ooh, a Murderous Rider. A plus. And I'm just going to shoo this pesky Jellyfish Hydra Beast out of the way. Crack this open, thin my deck. Meeny, meeny, miny, green. And we attack with all of these guys. Let's bring my Darkboard Pathway out. Just gonna chill. Just gonna sit here. I'm gonna get ready for Mortality Sphere. If they have a board wipe, that's fine. If it's not an exiling board wipe, like Farewell, I get to get me a couple of extra cards. Tapping for black. You gonna flicker something? Shouldred's Edict. Targeting their Arcane Signet. Cool. Displace your kitten. Die. Also, I have to sacrifice a Planeswalker. And guess what? I don't care, because I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. And that's lethal! My opponent is also playing a Jund commander, Corvold Feycursed King, who draws cards and gets +1/+1 counters whenever you sacrifice permanents. Well, I've already got a permanent that sacrifices itself in hand, making this a very keepable hand. I also have the Sword of Mountain Dew and Doritos, a little bit of ramp, playing things from the graveyard, and making our opponent sacrifice things, which, well, they already kind of want to do that, but you know what? I'll make them do it. I'll say, yeah, how about I make you sacrifice? And they're just like, I was gonna sacrifice that anyway, but yeah, okay, sure. Whatever you say, Amy, whatever you say. Looking at me like I'm a crazy woman. It's fine, I get it. Shambling Ghast has come into play. I've got an Arcane Signet, too. River Tears Overlook. Aww, I don't have my River Tears Overlook. I just have a Cabaret Courtyard, which only gets me 2 of my 3 colors. But that's all I need. Soul of Windgrace. I'm going to take your Riveteer's Overlook. Because I can. It doesn't actually change anything. It just feels more satisfying to take the land out of my opponent's graveyard. I'm still just getting a forest because I want to have more green sources. Because I want a ramp. Because I have a Portal to Phyrexia in my hand. Journey to Eternity. When this dies, it will come back and they'll get this land into play. Alright, I'll attack with Soul of Windgrace. I'll grab your Riveteer's Overlook. Get a little bit more of that good green stuff. And, just to guess, you're gonna block. That's cool. Get themselves a treasure token. And a Transformed Journey to Eternity. That's gonna let them reanimate cards pretty much whenever they want. It's really good. Well, speaking of bringing things back from graveyards, I do have this Ramunap Excavator that I'm thinking about playing. Now I'll go for the Blight Step Pathway instead. And I'm going to play the Sword of Forge and Frontiers. And I still, you know what? I still will play the Excavator, but I'm not playing this in a graveyard. I want to make sure I still have enough basic lands in my deck to do things. Because you can totally run out while playing this deck. It's the same problem I've had with Gitrog Monster. You have to run enough basics to do the thing. Ooh, Escape to the Wilds. That's pretty much what this card does. They've got 5 cards in exile. They can play an extra land this turn. And I see they have a way to steal my commander, which is really good because they could steal it and sacrifice it. I'm going to get rid of their blocker. Just scooch it out of the way a little. They can bring it back, I know. But I want to cause problems. And those problems involve Swords of Forge and Frontier. Sure, I'll take the Overlook again. Shuffle, schnuffle, puffle, muffle. When we hit, we get to play an extra land this turn, and we get some extra things to choose from. Okay, I can't actually use any of those. That's fine. I'm thinning my deck. We're gonna call it that. I'm thinning my deck. I'm playing my extra land. We only have a few basics left. Oh no! Prosperous Innkeeper gets some more treasure. And I did have a second part of this plan. A Crow in War means that they cannot steal my Soul of Windgrace because it has protection from red, which this is. See, I was thinking a step ahead. Sort of. They can also play lands from their graveyard, so good for them. They have to discard. And this can't deal damage to itself because it has protection from its own colors. Which is cool. At least I think it's cool. Privateer's Overlook. We continue our thinning spree. Excellent cards to play. How about this one? That one. And, you know how you were probably going to sacrifice this? I want you to sacrifice it now. Portal to Phyrexia! Make our opponent lose those cards. I could have also played this as a land, but, like, I don't need that. Gonna have to find a way to block, because I've got quite a bit of damage coming in next turn, and I get to double reanimate. Once from this, once from that. Who do I want to bring back? They can also bring things back. So if I target something in their graveyard, they'll probably just reanimate it with the Journey to Eternity, turned into Aztal Cave of Eternity. Ooh, burning up those treasures, drawing cards, probably looking for some black removal. Because they probably do have some mono black removal that they could use on Soul of Windgrace. Free floating mana. Tireless Provisioner, gonna give them good landfall effects. Ooh, into the north! Get them either a treasure or a food. They chose food! I'm gonna munch it up right now, gain that life, and draw another card. Well, I think I'm going to take your Prosperous Innkeeper. And I will revel in prosperity! And I'll bring back my Ramunap Excavator. Since it's good. That's all it needs to be is good. I want to fill my graveyard up a little bit more. Takanuma, get into the trash. I had no creatures. You know what? I tried. Roiling Regrowth. Sacrifice land. It's fine, I can bring it back. Continue the thinning. The beginning of the thinning. Incubation Druid has to attack in, so in it goes. I could have, I guess, tapped it for mana first. You can't block this. You can block this, though. I don't mind it dying. It'll probably come back. Ooh, ooh. Alright, what do we get off our Sword of Mountain Dew and Doritos? Oh, Paradise Druid. Nice. How pretty. Gain a life. Get at this. Ooh, I can play more lands. How about this one? And then we'll ramp again. And then I'll play Conduit of Worlds because I can. That's the only reason I need. You tell me I can put a permanent onto a battlefield, and you know what I'm doing? Putting it onto the battlefield. There was a very cute little effect there where it was like, I'm dealing damage to myself. Oh, wait. I have protection from myself. No damage dealt. It's perfect. I should probably start using Windgrace's discard a land to draw a card ability if I get any lands in hand. But right now, all we need to do is hit one more time with a sorted up creature. And that will be lethal. Assuming that creature is Soul of Windgrace, who is nice and big and chunky. Taking a look at what's still in graveyards. Portals of Phyrexia ready to reanimate. Incubation Druid's like, yeah, I guess. Well, Chapter 1 won't do anything, so I guess skipping right to Chapter 2 is a good idea. And they could get any sort of good removal here. Wonder what it is. They'll have to use it. Crux of Fate! Corvold's like, yes! I'm a dragon. I respect that, Corvold. I respect that you're a dragon. But I also respect that you have a Tireless Provisioner, and that I, a Landfall deck, want a Tireless Provisioner. I'm gonna replay Soul of Windgrace. Behold, a land! Which land? This land! Do it! Do the thing! Gitrog's like, I wish I were out for this. I get a treasure. It's delicious. Yum yum munch munch. Now Gitrog's like, I could have drawn you cards. You sure could have, but I forgot to play you first. It's fine. We'll still do the thing. Getting treasures. Making friends. I have one mountain. Doing great. Oh, Memorial to War. Discard it. Put it in the trash. Gitrog says, land in the trash? I love land in the trash. Acolyte of Affliction. Bring something back from the gravy. Oh, Liliana. That's a good card. I wasn't gonna play the Memorial to War, but how can I resist? Simple. I can't. I know myself. Sometimes you just see a Liliana and you gotta use her abilities. Okay, that's it. I played the turn. I did the things. I made the cards happen. Cruelty of Gix. You can choose a creature from a graveyard and bring it back. I would personally recommend Acolyte of Affliction, since it allows you to get another creature out. And what's better than one creature? Two! Sometimes you just want to take game actions. You want to make abilities, and you want to press buttons, because it makes you feel like you're winning the game, even if you're not. Tireless Provisioner saying, how about an egg in these trying times? Soul of Windgrace is like, what's happening? Oh, I'm dying. And Gitrog Monster is like, yes, I'm alive. Can you kill my frog? Aw, they killed my frog. But do not mourn for him, or he will return next turn. Portal to Phyrexia. It's a good ramp payoff. It really is. It's like 50% Elspeth, or not Elspeth Conquers Death, Eldest Reborn. 50% God Pharaoh's Gift. 100% amazing. exiled my frog! I'm taking your Tireless Provisioner for that. Yes, that was very, very rude of you. Very rude. Evolution Sage. I meant to play Nissa first. This is fine. Nissa. Soul of Windgrace. I might not have the land, but you still have a land in your graveyard. Yum, 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 yum. I have like one basic left. I'm going to animate a land off of Nissa. I'm going to give it a sword, and I'm going to attack. And that's going to be game. Our opponent is playing Keyword Soup with Audric Lunark Marshall, who gives all of your creatures, not all of the keywords, but most of the keywords. Audric is pretty cool. It's usually a very aggressive mono-white deck that combines things like flying and first strike and indestructible to make an unstoppable army. I don't have a super fast hand here, but I do have a potential board wipe. Metic Massacre. I do have some ramp with Crucius. Ooh, and I just got some more ramp with this Explore. Nice. They've already got flying and first strike. Wow, look at that. Well, they'll have it soon. Ooh, Toxic. Toxic is great because it's lots of little creatures that get all the keywords, but it will not give Toxic to the other creatures, and that's fine. Let's explore. Get to play an extra land. We're gonna play Riveteer's Overlook. And I think I'll just grab another black source here. Boom. Gives me double black for this Meathook Massacre. So if I want to take these two out, I totally can. I think I'm going to wait until Audric's on the battlefield, unless I think I'm about to die, which... Ooh, those are actually pretty scary. I have another board wipe right here, though, with Blood on the Snow. So do I want to just protect myself on the ground, even though everything is going to have flying next turn? Or just thin the deck? Yeah, let's thin things out a little bit. I'm going to play X equals 2 with Meathook Massacre. We're going to take out this guy, and this guy. Skrelv's Hive is going to keep spitting out these mites every turn. No, hello, my little mighty mite. Makes Audric a much less impressive thing. Oh, okay. Flying, first strike, lifelink. All good keywords for our dear friend Audric. Well, check this out. It's time to ramp! Soul of Windgrace. We're going to get that land back from the graveyard. Looking good. Get myself a mountain. Let's go mountain. And these are all snow lands, so they're going to be ticking up this blood on the snow. If I want to, I could play it next turn. But do I want to play it next turn? It's a solid maybe. Gisela is really scary, and there's a good chance that they play something like Audric right now. So now everything has a bunch of text, and that's going to happen during all these different combats. That's very cool. We'll gain a little life. But if they block, I can already make this indestructible. They want to double block with the first strike. I don't mind them gaining life because I feel like my deck has the longer, slower game plan and will win over time, especially with a second board wipe. Okay, looking good. We'll destroy all creatures. And I'm going to bring it right back. And this is extra tasty because I get to ramp again because we get the enter the battlefield trigger. Grab a swamp this time. And there's one. Bit more black mana. And a Lotus Cobra. We're in a very strange spot here where I have got 9 lands. 2 cards in hand. They have 5, but they do have an enchantment that's going to keep spitting out these little critters every turn. Elspeth Resplendent. -3 gets them something. We don't know what it is. It's going to be a permanent that costs 3 or less. assuming they don't whiff. My guess is it's holding here because they've got choices to make. And what do you choose? What do you choose? Ooh, something? It's gonna get a shield counter. Makes it not die as easily. Come on, Audric. Show me what you got. It's Danitha! Nice! Danitha's pretty cool. First strike, vigilance, lifelink, and a shield counter for now. That means that, like, Noxious Gearhulk wouldn't immediately destroy it. I'm going to go for Oracle of Mul Daya. Oh, look, a land. Oh, look! A land! Shuffles up my deck. My goodness. Yet another land? You spoil me. Now, what could be hiding underneath this Terramorphic Expanse? Is it another land? Sure as heck is. This is why I'm playing Landfall cards. Because we have lands, and they fall onto the battlefield. I'm going to just hit Danitha with this ability here. That's going to pop the shield, and we're going to attack with Soul of Windgrace. You know what? I'm going to attack Elspeth with Soul of Windgrace. And sure, I guess I'll get lands again. Let's go with the Terramorphic Expanse this time. Here's Crucius, though I have nothing to discard. The Swoopin' Lookout. And if they get one more land, they'll be able to play Audric next turn and spread these keywords around. I'm going to draw that. Yes. Oh, are things happening? I think things are happening. Ah, a sword! Windgrace goes to exile. I bring Windgrace back. We have a portal to Phyrexia, huh? A pretty good card. I do not want that to get shuffled back into my library. So I think I'll just attack with the Noxious Gearhulk, because I don't want things dying this turn. And I'm honestly doing pretty good on lands. So I'm going to drop this Cultivate. I'm going to choose something that costs more. This stays on top of my deck unless it happens to be the card that was fetched. They didn't get a land. If they did, I would have been so ready to kill Audric again. But instead, we'll just make them sacrifice all this other stuff. Portal to Phyrexia. Sacrifice 3 creatures. Thankfully, they have these mites to throw away. Those not-so-mighty mites. And I'll go ahead and swing in with you. Use the Riveteer's Overlook. Gains me a life, gets me a land, gets me some triggers over here. This. Floating more mana. Ooh, we've got lands on top of the deck now. That's good for the Oracle. Take out Danitha. Only costs 2 mana because I did gain life. And Guardian of Faith! Lets them phase out their creatures. Probably would have been better for them if they could have done it, you know, after blockers. That was probably their plan. But this is still pretty good. Boop, boop, boop. Lose a life since one of my creatures died, and we play a land. Oh, look! More lands. Getting sick and tired of all this dirt. I'm gonna shuffle up my deck so I don't just draw a land next turn. Ah, see? That's not a land. That's a Nissa. And that's game. We're up against Gix, Yawgmoth, Praetor. Against a commander like this, we want to have really early game cards. And while I do have a couple 3-drops in here, I need to have something on turn 2 or turn 3 that I can actually guarantee I got down. I only had 2 lands in that hand, and I think that 4 lands is going to be a lot better for me. Oh, and this isn't just a Gix deck. This is a Gix Shadowborn Apostle deck. So these decks have usually like 40 copies of Shadowborn Apostle. These are great with Gix because they replace themselves, and when you're ready to, you can throw them all away to summon a demon. Shadowborn Apostle works super well with Gix because these keep attacking, they get you more card draw, you pay 1 life for each, but you're super likely to draw both lands and more Apostles, which means more demons. You can run any number of this card, so really you can just add them up very quickly. These are not going to be amazing blockers, but they're going to be better than nothing. So I'm going to play a Tireless Tracker here. And it's dead. You may as well supplement with a little bit of good removal. That's the way to do it. And there are now 5 Apostles on the battlefield, drawing 4 more cards, and probably next turn being ready to summon a demon. By the way, we just got another really big demon in Arena. You know who I'm talking about, right? We got Grizzlebrand in Arena. Added in the most recent set, an extremely good card. I could play Soul of Windgrace this next turn, but I don't actually think that would help me very much. So I'm going to play Blightstep Pathway, Oracle of Mul Daya, and we're just going to see if we can ramp. I did not have a land on top of my deck, but I can still play an extra one from hand since I do have them. Hello, Gix. I am blocking one of these little guys. They still draw 5 cards. Sure, why not? Draw your cards, Gix. And we're gonna see, do you think they'll go for the Shadowborn Apostle sacrifice this turn? Or do you think they're enjoying their card draw enough? They can do it at any time, as long as they've got 1 black mana up, then they are ready to go. Yep, so they left 1 black mana up. Truly all you need. I see that land you just put in the graveyard. That seems like a good land. I think I'll steal it. Yes. This seems like a good idea. Mind you, I'm still quite dead. I don't have a way to stop Grizzlebrand, and I'm going to do my best, but I think my best is not enough. Soul of Windgrace, come on out! Grab that swamp they put in the graveyard. That's a good swamp. We can use that swamp to get a treasure. We can play this as well, since we can play an extra land for turn. And more treasure. Have an Elvish Mystic. Sure, why not? Suppose if I wanted to, I could have gotten food so I could consume it. We pass back to them. They're gonna sacrifice, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 6 Apostles. And get out of their deck. I still think it's going to be Grizzlebrand. It might not. There's some other very good demons. But that's the biggest one. Oh, it's a big demon. Oh, they went for Demon of Loathing. Demon of Loathing, whenever it deals combat damage to a player, that player has to sacrifice a creature. Well, I'm not dead yet. I guess I'll sacrifice my Elvish Mystic. Goodbye, Elvish Mystic. But great news! This thing has flying. And Vivien Reid, who's in my hand, can destroy a flyer. I am at 1 life, though, and there's, a couple Shadowborn Apostles on the battlefield. Like, a few. I'm not saying it's that many, but there's a few. My opponent doesn't have any non-basic lands, so I can't actually use Field of Ruin here. Vivien! My dear! My lovely, wonderful... Kill it. Kill it. Kill it dead. Make it dead. Thank you. You can see here. Can't even activate it. That's too bad. Well, I've got a Dryad. Behold. I could play so many lands on this turn if only I had lands on the top of my library. And unfortunately, I am going to die. I was able to get rid of the demon, but I have 1 life. And there's a lot of attackers. Oh, actually, they decided... Yeah, I don't need to have multiple attackers. Let's just go for 1 big attacker. It's Gourmand! This is a very fun card to cheat into play, because otherwise you would have to sacrifice an extra creature. And it makes your opponent sacrifice, too. Good game, Gix. Lotus Cryptozoologist, lover of clues. With Shadows over Innistrad Remastered coming to Arena, Lonis got a bunch of more clue payoff than she had before. This seems like an okay hand to me. I have all 3 colors of mana. I have something to play on turn 3, and we have a land that we'll be able to bring back from the graveyard. Ooh, I just got something better to play on turn 3, the Tireless Provisioner. We're gonna get ourselves some black mana. There it is, a snow-covered swamp. And here comes Lonis. Hi, Lonis. I might just want to use this, though. That's Elspeth's Nightmare. It is just enough to kill Lonis. Whenever you investigate for the first time, investigate again. Yeah, I think it's time to cease such investigations. Go ahead and destroy Lonis. And next turn I'll get to look at their hand and maybe take a non-creature, non-land out. Oh, they're ramping. Gets them 2 lands. I didn't get another land. That's too bad. Let's see, they got removal or investigation. I'm going to hit the Clue Maker. And I'm going to get rid of the Erdwall Illuminator. I'm pretty much just trying to stop them from getting so many gosh darn clues. Because they're already going to get plenty of them off of Lonis. A land! Perfect. Excellent. Exactly what I wanted. It's everything I've ever wanted. I'm going to play Tireless Provisioner. And we're going to use it to get a couple treasures. Maestro's Theater. Doesn't let me get all 3 of my colors, but it gets me black or red. So we're going to get black. 2 more treasures. I'll use this Mortality Spear. Sure. I don't need these treasures right now, so I'll go ahead and take out Lonis. No Lonis necessary. Wave Sifter gets them more clues. This is the Mole Drifter that, instead of drawing you cards, gets you a bit of investigation. Treasure. Want to go for Soul of Windgrace? Do I want to go for Liliana? Want to go for Valky? Acolyte of Affliction. I'm going for Acolyte. Look at that graveyard. Find me something good. Ooh. That's a lot of something's good. I'm going to take Noxious Gearhulk. Some more single target removal. I'm pretty much just setting up for lots and lots of late game value here. I'm kind of expecting this Raven form to hit either Tireless Provisioner or maybe Soul of Windgrace. There we go. They remove my Treasure Maker, and they give me a bird. Nice bird. Aww. I already missed the treasures. I'm going to attack in. Let's get our Liliana on. Make us both sacrifice our creatures. But I'll be drawing cards while they won't. Silverback Elder, a nice way for them to get, well, Artifact Enchantment Destruction, or Ramp, or Life. Lots of good options for a monkey like this. So many options. I think I'll kill it. They'll be able to kill either of my creatures with the Thorn Mammoth, but we've got a really good advantage here since any creature destruction is also going to draw us cards. Thanks Liliana. I really like that. Bye, Noxious Gearhulk. We draw another card. It's Tireless Tracker. Ooh. going to play Evolution Sage. A land. Liliana likes that. A kitty. Who gets a land that gets another land. And I think we can go ahead and use that minus. I'm going to first get at this Llanowar Elf, though, because it's much more sacrificable than the other two. Gets rid of the elephant. Gets me more cards in hand. Ah, the circus of value continues. Lotus returns to the battlefield, and with the daring sleuth, they'll be getting more clues. What do you transform into? Ah, something with prowess. How many lands do I think I could get into play this turn? Not enough. Start exiling. I'm not going to exile the creatures on the battlefield. I would rather start looking at the tops of our decks. That's their Tireless Provisioner. Mine's already dead. Sweet. Okay. I'm going to attack in with Soul of Windgrace. A good card. I'm gonna get that Maestro's Theater. Get a treasure. Proliferate. I love landfall trackers, don't you? We're down to our last forest, or our last mountain, our last swamp. And they're like, I have 3 clues, 1 mana. What am I supposed to do about this? Nothing! Steal from me next turn. You might be able to get a tiny creature off the top of my deck. Or you could get a whole bunch more clues. Hi, Baron. Who you bouncing? Yeah, that is your Tireless Provisioner. That's pretty legit. Also, we'll draw them a card in the end step. Llanowar Elves, they still got 2 mana. They've got 6 clues lined up. I want to see Lona sacrifice. Yes! I do want this. But I think I know what I want more. I'm going to attack with Soul of Windgrace. Get that Maestro's Theater. Get some of our very few remaining lands. There's the last swamp. There's still a bunch of forests left in the deck. A fine bonk. Allow me to exile all graveyards and get a bunch of mana. Dang, that's a lot of you, isn't it? We're gonna play the Fabled Passage. We're gonna crack it open. Lotus is just like, I don't know what's happening and I do not want to die. It's okay, Lotus. Can't all live forever. It's time for some clues to get sacrificed. All right, let's see what they hit. Yeah, you can only transform once. The answer is Boots. Wait, that's it, Boots? Oh. I was gonna ult Liliana. Boots don't stop that. Kaya, Intangible Slayer, exile of creatures, and also player of usually a lot of really strong removal. There's no downside. You're just packing your deck with removal for creatures when you don't need to run that many of them. Alright, I've got a nice 2-drop here. I've got a land that gets itself into the graveyard, and I'm ready to take down Kaya. I'm also ready to hear my boyfriend chew out my cat because she's probably being a little tiny rascal. She has been a little tiny rascal all day, as you may have noticed by watching this video. I love her. My cat is so sweet, so wee, so little. We got turn 2 ramp. Already got the land in the graveyard, so you know what I'm doing. Get out my ding-dang commander on turn 3. Let's go, Maestro's Theater. Grab ourselves a little bit more eeny, meeny, miny red this time. Hello there. They've also ramped. Legions to Ashes. That's fine. They got rid of my commander, but I have ramped. So you know who I can play again? This next turn? Soul of Windgrace. Do I want to, though? No, I actually don't think I do. I think I would rather play Nissa. I am just eyeing my mana here to see what I could pull off after. Nope. Just kidding. I'm going for Soul of Windgrace. I did the math, and the math said, I don't know. Lands are cool. But what if I had more of them? I don't have that many forests out right now, so Nissa doesn't actually net me that much mana. Soul of Windgrace is evil because his butt is too big. He has more than 4 toughness. Well, 4 or more toughness. Will I move you to the command zone? Sure! Reckoner Bankbuster can draw them cards. They're still on 3 lands. Again, I've been ramping. I've been working hard in these ramp mines. They're bringing the finest ramp to you. Yes. Okay, good. Ottoman Tapper has listened to me and obeys my every command. So I can get down not 1, but 2 Nissas. And we're going to go ahead and animate this one here. It's just going to be attacking. And how about you? We swing in. Boop, boop. Getting 6 damage. And we got Nissas aplenty. We're shaking the world. We're sheltering bows. Oh no. Not my cards in hand. Whatever will I do? Kick your butt with lands? I sure think so. That's a good game. As always, thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. If you'd like to catch me recording these live, you should come over to twitch.tv/Amazonian, where I stream Magic almost every day. I'm back from PAX East, by the way. I have lots of cool indie games to talk about, and I'm back on my normal streaming schedule. Yay! I'm also over the flu. That's what turns out was messing up my throat earlier. Did you know that the flu makes your throat sore? Well, it turns out it makes it really, really sore. So sore that you can't really speak that well, so you can't stream that well. I'll be streaming almost every single day from 9 a.m. Eastern until 5 p.m. And if you want to come by and say hi, let me know. I love saying hi to everybody in my chat. There's lots of cool people here that make funny jokes, and they'll make funny jokes with you, too. Thank you again so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.